it was like crazed look. I mean, these people are in, just like Bush supporters. When I was out exposing him as a puppet in New World Order and bad, they didn't care. They still believe WMDs were found. They still believe all of this because they're caught in this left-right paradigm. Everything is the left-right paradigm. Now, we've got a lot of death threats from Obama supporters. We've got a lot of threatening things have gone on. Obama supporters bragged on websites that we've linked to that they shut down the Alex Jones channel on YouTube with 30+ million views, and I had to file in federal court and block it. Well, now it's gotten worse. Several top videos that were on the front page of YouTube getting tens of thousands of views an hour, hundreds of thousands of views yesterday, on their way to tens of millions. And I've had videos that have been seen tens of millions of times. I know when it hits the zeitgeist. It had hit that million watts of power. It was going supernova, these videos. They erased them. And YouTube emailed us. You can read their email in the story that has the headline up on Infowars.com about Obama speech police. Obama speech police shut down top YouTube videos. And there it is on screen as we simulcast the radio show at prisonplanet.tv. And the guideline was a community guideline. They said they got complaints that my videos were racist. And we looked in the comments of that video and other videos, and we actually have those quoted in the article, saying Alex Jones is a racist. Everybody do your patriotic duty, complain, and get him shut down. Now, even if what I was saying was supposedly racist, you have to defend that free speech or everybody loses all their speech. But there's nothing about him being 6.5% black, 43.5% Arab, and 50% Anglo-Saxon. There's nothing about the fact that he's 6.5. He's as much African as I am Native American. That's about how much Native American I am. Fine. Again, in the name of race, they inject it constantly, and they create the racism. It's tribal division is all it is. That's how the British would control different countries they dominated. Was in India, everybody was an Indian, but they were different religions and different tribes. They would play all these Indians. There'd be one British person for every 1,000 Indians, but they could control the subcontinent through divide and conquer. And that's all the media is doing. When they constantly talk about race, I mean, when you say you don't want cap and trade, they write mainstream news articles saying you're racist. CNN, MSNBC, they all say it. If you're against giving up control of your life to government-run health care, they call you a racist. I've got stacks of the news in front of me. You've all seen it. Think about how over the top that is. But see, they know that you know you're not racist and that you're shocked by it. It's not meant for you. It's meant for insecure people out there that feel like everybody's out to get them to then freak out and cuddle up next to government like it's their savior. It's meant to get everybody fearing each other. It's meant for everybody to see their racial and religious differences. But all camouflaged in the name of fighting racism, which is really a made-up term. It's tribalism. You take a bunch of white people up in Scotland, 800 years ago. Every clan was killing the other clan, even though they all looked just alike. People will find reasons. You ever seen the Star Trek episode where one guy's black on one side of his face and the other guy's black on the other side? It's a race of aliens where one side of their face is white, the other side is black. But the oppressive group oppresses the other group because they got the white side on one side instead of the other. I mean, that's the way it is. In Scotland, they would kill each other over just what color their kilts were. They look just alike. But see, because that's a human nature thing that's being manipulated. So now the media, the government, and they've got bills introduced about to pass where you're arrested if somebody doesn't like what you say. The cyberbullying and hate crime bills say if someone doesn't like what you say, you're arrested. I mean, this is the total end of America. We'll tell you about this censorship and the Obama people beating folks up across the country. Studied what happened in Nazi Germany, what happened in 49 through 68 or so, in the Great Leap Forward and the Cultural Revolution in Maoist China. I've studied what happened in Cuba. I've studied what happened in Russia under the Soviets. What happened in East Germany after the fall of the Nazi system in the East. And what is happening is a carbon copy interwoven with a high-tech overlay. I mean, I have the New York Times right here in my stack called Hot Button. And I have all these other news articles here where it's saying if the right-wing protesters are going to show up and yell at their elected officials during town hall meetings, then left-wing activists need to start coordinating with those representatives to provide them with cover, says a 4-page memo distributed by Healthcare for America Now, a coalition group supporting President Obama's recommended plans. Now, look, you notice for 2 weeks I've been talking about this, and now in the last 7 days it became a big national story because I see trends. Remember months ago at tea parties, Senator Cornyn and Governor Perry would be booed off the stage by Republicans, Democrats, and Libertarians. It was bipartisan. I had camera guys at some of these events. These were not staged. Anybody who was for the NAFTA highway or North American Union or any of this global stuff, the people knew their votes. They're informed. The voters are finally getting informed. They would boo them off the stage. Now, every day, no exaggeration. I mean, my inbox is probably filled with 200, 300. I can't read it all. I was up till 3 in the morning last night just reading mainstream news where Republicans are being booed off the stage. But it's never national. The only national stories you're seeing out of Fox and CNN, both the left and the right, are about Republicans going out and booing Democrats off the stage. My point is I'm just reporting the facts. Government itself is literally collapsing right now. The people know that both parties are controlled. They know that no matter who they elect into high office, the corporate looting, the tens of trillions being stolen continues. People know it's bipartisan. They know the wars are bipartisan. They know the Patriot Act is bipartisan. All the liberals I know have been out buying guns the last 5 years, getting shooting training. People are really waking up. They're not calling themselves liberal. They're not calling themselves conservative. So what the establishment wanted with Obama was to at first have all this reconciliation and feel good and vote for Obama and prove you're not racist. And then once he got in, he's a proven liar about everything, just like all these other puppets. And then it becomes, oh, you just don't like him because he's black. And they cold-bloodedly know that that isn't true. And so what they do is they show the few racist groups or whatever that don't like him and then say anybody else that doesn't want to give in their guns, give in open borders, give in NAFTA and GATT expansion, anybody that doesn't want to give in to all this, you're a racist. But now they've gone one further. People are shooting these unedited YouTube videos. There's hundreds. I can't even watch them all. We'll play a few coming up. The audio for radio, the video for PrisonPlanet.tv viewers, where you'll have just peaceful, mainly my listeners. That's why we keep, even before Cavuto and other shows, had these guys on that we're about to have on, the lawyer and this African-American gentleman that got beat up by thugs, because they contacted us first. It's really not liberal or conservative. It's patriots. It's Ron Paul supporters. It's anti-New World Order people, people that know what's going on, that have shattered the left-right paradigm. He was out handing out flyers that had the Gadsden flag on it. That's this symbol. It's the coiled snake that says, "Don't tread on me." And it had just some bullet points on it, with the subsection of the health care bill where it takes over your bank account, takes money right out of your paycheck, rations care. I mean, it's not Republicans saying this. It's in the bill. What do you think they have in England and Canada? And they come over and he's being nice and they punch him in the nose and scream, "What are you doing here, N-word?" And the image of white people and black people, but white guys lead the attack screaming, "What are you doing here, N-word?" being cheered by blacks. See, as long as you're for Obama, you can beat up a black guy if you're white and scream N-word. And they're like, high five, yeah, baby, because it's about worshiping Obama. And all over the country, it's now confirmed. It's even coming out in mainstream news. The media last week said, oh, it's all staged Republican lobbyists. Republican lobbyists are going, what are you talking about? They tried to blame the Libertarian Party of Austin. It's like two guys, you know, they're volunteers that run it. It's got a lot of members, with going to Lloyd Doggett's event, when it was only Democrats that got mailed the flyer. We know that because somebody here in this office, wife is a registered Democrat. So, I mean, it's incredible, folks. The people are mad. Aren't you mad out there? Aren't you sick of all this? Aren't you tired of what's happening? Aren't you tired of seeing your jobs being lost and your buying power going down and everything shutting down and hearing about $23.7 trillion that Bush and Obama sold us out for, and now Obama's people want more because they're the ones that engineered all this? Yes, his management team are the very bankers that changed the laws in 96 through 99. That's admitted even by them. It's bipartisan looting. It's all a big joke. And here's the big news. People are saying, oh, settle down. Some people are. It's no big deal that YouTube now says your videos are racist and that they've banned a bunch of your videos and are probably going to ban your channel that reaches conservatively 500,000 people a week. Now that's only one of many channels we've got, but it feeds all the other channels. People grab it off prisonplanet.tv. We put it there. People grab that and post it all over the world. You know.